Today's episode is sponsored by Vanessa Hudgens, basically laughing at Austin Butler, saying he's crazy. She didn't say that, but she commented on some post about him never losing his Elvis accent, or saying that the Elvis accent was genuine, and she said, crying.
Yeah.
You want to talk about two crazy people? Match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me that if Vanessa Hudgens got a leading role playing some woman who had a British accent and she got praise for it, that she herself would not start talking in a British accent. Am I wrong?
I can see that happening. I could see that happening. This whole Austin Butler thing, though, is Austin, we're starting to laugh at you. You need to stop.
Yeah. It's starting to get a little bit embarrassing.
Look, I think I've said this before, but I just want to go on record and say that I always found it embarrassing that he was doing interviews in the Elvis voice. What are we doing? I mean, granted, his trick worked. He was going for that Oscar, and I think he might actually get a nomination. Do I think he'll win? He better fucking not.
Well,
but
you know what's going to happen. He's going to become he's becoming a character of himself, and so now it's going to be so unrealistic to cast him in other movies. Like, audiences aren't going to want to watch him in another movie, because all they're going to be able to think about is this weird Elvis accent. And then if the accent is genuine and he can't lose it, then
that's bullshit.
Like, is that gonna right? Because he could learn how to speak. He learned how to speak in this accent. I don't know. It's Austin Butler. Come on the pod, because I have a lot of questions.
I'd love to laugh at you. I don't think I've heard Austin Butler speak without this accent, because before Elvis, let me tell you something. The only thing I knew about him is that he was Vanessa Hudgens' boyfriend. I knew nothing else. So I have been dying, but I always keep forgetting. I smoke a lot. To look up what his voice sounded like before this.
I always want to do that too.
I swear to God, I'll die. I'll die if it's high pitched. I will drop dead.
I don't think it is. Should we listen to it now?
Okay.
Listen, he was on the Carrie Diaries. I never watched it. Did you ever watch
People say that, and I watched the Carrie Diaries. Let me tell you something. Clearly forgettable, because I don't remember him being in that.
Oh, interesting. Let me see. I'm going to YouTube. Okay, here's the video. It's called Austin Butler's Voice Before versus After.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'm hoping that this works. Oh, it has 1.4 million views. I'm going to assume that, yes, this is going to work. Okay.
Ton of the other actors, and so I came out and I did that on a Monday on my day off. So I basically went straight from the show to the airport to Quentin's office, worked all day from about 10 a.m. until 9 p.m.
This video of Austin Butler is from 2019, before the shooting of Elvis started. So let's now watch Austin's video after the shooting of Elvis is over. This video is from June 2022.
There's that thing where energy is neither created nor destroyed, and you feel things that it's hard to actually put into language.
Yeah,
because it's these really intense feelings.
Okay. Who made this video?
Oh my God, my hero.
So
I'll give him this. There's a hint. There's a hint.
Okay, but I'm curious, because you all can't see this. I was watching the video. In the video that they said is before, his hair looks like Elvis's hair. So I'm wondering, was he already my friend here, did you maybe we could have picked an earlier video? Because look, let me, oh no, YouTube, stop. He had like the little swirl that Elvis had. So I'm wondering if he was already trying to sound like Elvis. Like maybe he had already gotten the role and he was trying, or maybe he wanted to audition and he already started taking voice lessons. Listen, I don't know. Austin, Vanessa.
Well, he does say, he says he has said famously that this is a role he worked on for 3 years. So for 3 years he's been working on it, but in the round table of that clip that went viral when he called Vanessa Hudgens his friend,
what did he say? What did he say?
He was saying, they asked him essentially how he came to this role, and he was saying, you know, I was gonna try to do the voice, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, don't do it.
I really thought about it. Okay. He says that one day at a place he was playing the piano and he was singing one of Elvis's songs before all of this, just
sure.
He likes Elvis, and that his friend was like, you need to play Elvis. And Vanessa Hudgens has famously told this story about how she told, before, when they were still dating, obviously, she told the story about how she told Austin that he needed to play Elvis. And Colin Farrell, poor innocent Colin Farrell, who's sitting right next to Austin Butler during this roundtable interview, just like puts more light in the fire. He's like, who's this friend? You got to give me their number. They're clearly doing something for you. I'm like,
and then did he say it was Vanessa?
No, he's like, yeah, I'll have to give you her number.
Oh, but we know because she's talked about this before.
She's told, yes.
Vanessa, I mean, if he does not thank her when he gets another award, I mean,
he's not gonna.
I hope not.
He is not gonna. He's not. And actually, that's enough awards for him this season. Actually, that's enough. He got the Golden Globe. Don't you dare get that SAG, and don't you dare get that Oscar.
Right.
We're done.
Right.
We're done.
Right.
And don't get the BAFTA.
Oh,
there's still a BAFTA out
Can
there
you imagine?
to gather.
Not the BAFTA. Oof.
Not the BAFTA. The BAFTA are the British Oscars, by the way. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, lovely. Well, welcome to You, Me, and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. Adrian and Julie here. Julie, how are you?
I'm good. I actually can't wrap my head around the fact that we just spent the last, I don't know, 15 minutes talking about Austin Butler.
It was like 8 minutes. It was like 8 minutes. Well, there was the whole YouTube video. There was a lot going on.
Right. Right.
Okay, yeah. How are you? You're good?
I'm good. I'm cold. It's cold out here.
It's cold. No, it's cold.
It's cold in these streets. What is going on?
I'm
wearing a little poncho. I'm so cold.
You look so cute. Is that Frida on there?
It is. My mommy got it for me from Mexico.
Wow, look at that.
Thank you.
What did your mom get me from Mexico?
She didn't get you a damn thing. Yeah.
Guess she doesn't listen to the podcast.
She's not a fan. She's our 1-star review.
That's right. We do have a 1-star review on. Well, I don't think they left a review, but they rated us 1 star.
They did.
And guess what? They probably still listen. So
they probably still do. And let me tell you something, 1-star reviewer. I think about you at least once a week. And I wonder where we went wrong. Why didn't you connect?
Right. Can we talk a little bit about our stats from 2022? This is exciting.
Absolutely.
We had 7,343 downloads. For those of you who are not on Instagram and didn't see this, 7,343 in the year 2022. People listen to us. This is, I don't know. Sometimes I doubt
love
these
that
things because, this one, like 39 countries. I mean,
damn right.
Is that
right.
real?
Yeah, absolutely.
We put out 44 episodes in 2022, and people listened to 3,359 minutes. Our top countries, by the way, United States, obviously, Canada. Do you know anyone in Canada?
I don't.
Oh, I talked to I'm friendly with a guy in Canada who I've never met. We met on like Tinder or something when he was visiting LA. Very sweet. We still keep in contact. Might be the love of my life, but we don't know because I've never met him in person. I don't know if it's him. I doubt that it's him. Ireland, 111 downloads. Julie,
shout out to Candace.
No, sorry, Julie, you're right here. Candace.
I love that.
Candace, Julie's best friend, lives in Ireland. She followed a man over there. She wasn't born in Ireland. 69 downloads in Germany. Do you know anybody in Germany?
I don't.
I know one person, but I mean, they were like a student of mine years ago. I doubt it's them. And the United Kingdom. I know a couple people, but I don't think that they're listening either. You know anybody in the UK?
I don't.
Okay. Well, listen, if you are listening to us, thank you.
Yes.
And make yourselves known. We would love to know who's listening to us. Now, most popular cities, Los Angeles,
of course,
where this podcast is made and produced, came in at number 1. Number 2, Miami, Florida. Do you know anybody in Miami, Julie?
I don't.
Okay.
You guys, I don't know any of you. Where are you coming from? And please send us a voice memo.
439 downloads in Miami. Who is listening to us in Miami?
You're obsessed.
Hello. Linwood, Washington. Very specific. I think I know who this might be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I know who that is. Is it Mike? Mike, is that you? Maybe somebody else that knows Ken. Hello. Michelle, do you listen to this podcast? If you do, let yourself be known. Dublin, Leinster. I'm gonna assume that is Candace.
There she is.
Is that where she's from? Does she live in Dublin?
She does live in Dublin, yes.
Wow. See, Candace is a true friend.
Absolutely.
In Vancouver, British Columbia. I don't know anybody in Vancouver. At least I don't think I do. We are so popular.
Obsessed. People are obsessed.
They are obsessed. And
people
listen,
are obsessed and shy.
Oh my God, you guys are the shyest people I've ever met in my entire life. Don't be shy, because unless you listen to us because you hate us, but like, don't be shy.
Honestly, even then, make yourself known. I'd love to know, what is it about me as a human that you hate? I'm such a nice person. Let's talk about it. Maybe I can change your mind.
Maybe. And speaking of, last episode, we announced that you can now watch us on YouTube.
That's right.
We have 5 subscribers to our channel.
Stop
Is that
it.
not amazing?
You guys.
I'm one of them. Are you?
I'm
one
another.
Of them?
So we have.
So we have 3. And are you allowed to subscribe to your own channel? Because I might have subscribed the Yumi and Chisme account. But listen, this is the first time I've ever subscribed to a YouTube channel, so I get it if you're not into that. But I will implore you to click that subscribe button, because it'll help us out a lot. I'm gonna assume. I will say we do have 19 views on the video.
Okay.
Half of them may be me checking to see if we've got any new views.
Adrian.
I don't know how they count. Like, if I click on the video and watch a second of it, do they count that as a view? I don't know.
And you know
Um,
what? The other half may be me checking if we
I stopped clicking on the actual video so I can to look at the views. But
Don't you
listen,
want to look at our faces while this joy is happening?
right. And listen,
Guys.
we don't want to interrupt anybody's mojo because we know a lot of people like to listen as a podcast. That's how you got to know us. That's how you enjoy us. A lot of people like
True.
to listen in their car.
Mhm.
Just go click on the video and then don't even watch it. It'll count
Won't
as
kill
a
you.
view.
Yeah.
And hit the subscribe button. Get ready to hear a lot about subscribing this year on
Oh,
Yumi and
y'all
Chisme.
ain't ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. Guys, we're trying to up the production of this thing. Okay. And what do we need for that to happen? Money, money, money. So we are expanding. Okay. We are going to be everywhere. And you guys will be listening the entire time.
I was just reading somewhere that somebody was saying that YouTube is really the place to go make money.
Yeah, they do. You got to hit 1,000 subscribers though. So y'all need to
1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, in order to start monetizing. I've looked into it.
I don't know 1,000 people.
Well, the goal is to
I only have 700 something followers on Instagram.
Eventually we would love to reach a wider audience outside of our inner circle.
Right.
Hey, I know y'all are out there.
Right. I will say one city we did not see on our top list of cities, Newark, New Jersey. And Nina, I'm not saying that you're the only one who lives in New York, New Jersey that listens to us, but if you are, go tell somebody.
Go tell a friend, Nina.
I want to see New York, New Jersey at the top of the list at the end of 2023, Nina.
Yeah.
Top of the list. We'll send you a care package. Do you like edible arrangements? She stopped listening to us 5 episodes ago. We're just talking to thin air. Okay. Well, listen. Follow us. No, subscribe on YouTube. It's called Yumi and Chisme. If you hadn't noticed. Okay. Great. Anything else that you want to share, Julie? Anything you want to get off your chest? Anything that you would like to discuss?
I don't think so. Nothing interesting has happened.
Okay. Great.
We're just here every day.
Living, laughing, and loving.
Absolutely.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, listen. How does one intro this? I'm not sure. But I know how. I just figured it out. We need money. And
there you have it.
And a lot of you may think that because we live in Los Angeles that we live these glamorous lives, and we just show up once a week to record this podcast, and the rest of the week we just spend it by the pool.
Yeah.
Not true. Contrary to popular belief, we do have day jobs.
And
I
know it.
Yeah, we're gonna keep having day jobs at this point. But Julie was telling me a little story about a coworker. Yeah. And so we decided, how fun would it be to talk about the crazy people that you encounter at work? Because guess what? One thing we all have in common is crazy people at work. Absolutely. Now, my question to you, Julie, is, do you think you're the crazy one at work? Would anybody think that you're the crazy one at work?
Define crazy.
Aloof, weird, says things that they shouldn't say, annoys people maybe?
Well, how about annoys people? I'll have to take a poll in the office.
Tell us like, I know that you started working at a restaurant. That's when Christina Aguilera talked shit about all the people that worked at the restaurant, right? Just want to remind everybody of that story. Yeah.
Oh, Christina.
But you've worked in hotels, you've worked in all kinds of places. Tell us a little bit.
The restaurant Julie was very different from this Julie. I'm not gonna say where I work now, but this Julie, restaurant Julie was just, I mean, I was like 20 and I was still crazy and angry. And I remember I was a hostess and managers used to tell me all the time to fix my face because my face was not inviting. My face was angry. And I gave attitude.
And how did you take that at that time? Like, were you receptive to it, or did it just make you even more like, fuck you?
You know, I really liked the managers that I worked with. So I didn't feel negative about it. And they wouldn't say it in a negative way. They would say it like it's funny, like you're like this is very ironic that you're a hostess and you look like you want to stab people in the eye. And I was just very defiant, and I was crazy. And babies, restaurants are wild. Everybody's fucking. Everybody's fucking, and everybody else knows it. It's just I mean, it was a wonderful experience, and it was wild. I went to my craziest parties. I did the craziest shit. It was just crazy.
That's how I know that Vanderpump Rules on Bravo is a documentary and not a reality show. Because they all worked at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm telling Julie because she doesn't know anything about Bravo.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
But
yeah, so I was very yeah. And then when I went to my first hotel, I was very quiet. Very quiet. No personality for a very long time. It took me a long time to get out of my shell. And then when I did, I mean, hotels are also chaos. Service industry jobs when you're young, they really do a number on you. Like, it's just fast paced. It's crazy. You're getting yelled at by people that are twice your age constantly. Customers, not management, or management. I don't know what kind of managers you guys have. It's just crazy, and it forces you to grow up and find what kind of worker you're gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, either it'll jade you, like you'll get jaded very quickly, or you're gonna be like, my work ethic is gonna be completely different than this shit show. And I went the opposite of like, I need to get the fuck out of here because no one knows what the fuck they're doing. And so then I went to my second hotel. And that was like, I found my voice. I was confident. I knew what the fuck I was doing. I knew all the fucking chisme.
Is that like, where you met our mutual connection?
No, that was the first hotel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was really quiet back then.
Was the second hotel the one here in Venice?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that one's like, I was like, oh, this is the kind of employee I want to be. Work ethic, promotions, and like that's when I started thinking about that shit. Before, I was like the first hotel I worked at walked all over me. They gave me all the duties of a supervisor without the title and without the pay. And I just let it happen for a very long time because you believe, you know, you make friends with these managers and you believe the bullshit that they spew at you. And I've like, I don't know, I have like a magnet to managers. Managers really vibe with me and they trust me and they tell me all their secrets. And so then I'm like, oh, we're homies, you know, but they'll still betray you. They'll betray you in a second because they're a fucking manager. They don't give a fuck about you. But the second hotel, I finally got my bearings of being like, okay, I'm not gonna let people take advantage. I got someone fired because they were an asshole to me.
You got someone fired? What did they do to you? What did they do?
Yeah, well, they were really mean from the beginning since I got hired.
A man or a woman?
It was a man. Of course it was a man. It's always a fucking man.
Okay.
Yeah, he was really mean to me, always rude, tried to get me in trouble all the time for mistakes that I didn't make, but he kept pretending that I did. Yeah, and one time I went to give him some information about something and we got into a screaming match and he got into a screaming match and I was kind of like I don't know what you're doing and who you think you're talking to, but it's not fucking me. So I'm going to get myself out of the situation. See, and restaurant Julie would have slapped that motherfucker in a second. but I had grown.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
was different. And I
Uh-huh.
knew you need to take yourself out of the situation before you kick in the balls. I would
Uh-huh.
have kicked him in the balls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I went downstairs and I was like, I can't work here if he works here. So what are we gonna do about that?
Mm-hmm.
And he got fired that weekend.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't
Speak
think
up
I've
for
ever gotten
yourselves,
anybody
ladies.
fired. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Men will walk all over you if you let them. Not all men. Okay, I get it, guys. If some of y'all are, not everyone. Okay, I get it. But a lot of men.
There are people on both sides that are
Oh, absolutely.
horrible.
Absolutely. But you know what? I stand by my belief and my thought that women make better managers and better
100%.
leaders.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I've actually only ever had women managers.
Oh, lucky.
And it's been, so it's literally like, you can, I mean, they have male managers, right?
Yeah.
Or I see other men and I'm just like, it's not, or I hear about other men and it just is not the same. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been very, 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 very lucky, very fortunate.
That is very lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had managers all over the place, like some really nice ones, some that are dicks. I mean, I make a fool out of every single one of them though, because they underestimate me because I'm funny. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I can do whatever fuck I want with this bitch because she's funny and
Mm-hmm.
she's. People think that I'm aloof often, which is fine. I'll let you believe whatever you want to believe,
Mm-hmm.
you know, until I need to get something done.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of managers, not a lot, but like, quite a few have tried to take advantage of me in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's been a perv in every single job I've ever had.
Well, yes, absolutely. I believe that.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
It's so insane. And
yeah.
and
Oh, I was just gonna say that I feel like workplaces are literally the most disgusting, like infested place with affairs and sex and like
so
who's
crazy.
cheating on who. And like if you work at a place that's big enough, trust me,
Everybody's
something is happening.
Yeah.
And if you think that that's not your place of work, you are completely and utterly naive.
Yeah, you're not in the know.
And you need to go take a look at yourself because there are things happening around you and you need to wake up.
I hate to tell you, you're not in the inner circle.
Right.
You don't know about the
Nobody trusts you.
Yeah, sorry. Because yes, every single job that I've had, everybody's fucking.
Nobody trusts you because if you are not getting any of the chisme, then that means people don't think that you are cool enough to hear it, or they don't trust you to be told information.
But I know that can't be our listeners because they're cool as fuck. So I know every single one of you that is tuning in right now is like, I don't know about them, but I know all the fucking cheese man at my office. And you know what? We would also love to hear it. We'll keep your workplace anonymous, but if you want to send over your workplace cheese man, I would love nothing more than to hear it because I love. So you gotta know how to make friends with the right people at work.
Right.
I always made friends with managers and with HR. Shout out to Angie. I got all the motherfucking cheese. And now at the place that I work at now, I'm friends with the managers. And let me tell you something. It is juicy every single day. There is something new. Every day. Every day. It's such a great. And you gotta find, well, if you're Latino, you gotta find the Latinos. Because there's this one guy that I work with now. I won't say his name, obviously. I really want to, but I won't. But there's this guy that I work with now, and every time we don't see each other often, but every time we do, we like go into his office and we unload all the chisme that we both have, and we're like, "Thank you for the catch up, bitch. Well, let's talk. Let's talk next time."
Is he gay?
So, no, but I still call him a bitch. No,
that's not why I was saying. Not because you called him a bitch doesn't. That's why I was thinking he was gay.
I mean, I just thought of like.
He's not gay, but I still call him a bitch.
I absolutely do. Absolutely. But no, he's not. He's straight.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend?
He does.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah.
I know a lot of straight men with, or I know a lot of gay men with girlfriends. I don't know this man. I'm just saying I've met a lot of men, a lot of gay men with girlfriends.
Let's talk about that. What about you? What kind of work experience have you had?
You know, I got my first job soon before I graduated high school. If you would have asked my father, he would have preferred I started a little bit earlier. But
Of course. Of course.
you know, I was busy with winning awards in high school. I was just talking to my friend Alex about these like recurring nightmares that I had about a high school class and how I at the pretty much had given up towards the end of my senior year, completely failed my chemistry class, didn't even try. But I was still getting, you know, you if you're nice enough to people, people will give you things. And so, you know,
This guy.
I was dumb, but people liked me. So there I was at the local Sizzler getting the Student of the Month award.
Loco Sizzler.
Yeah, they would take so two students from each high school would get would get Student of the Month, and then they would take you to they would take you to the Sizzler. Not only that, they paid for you to get professional headshots done.
Stop it.
Yeah, yeah. And then you would
Wow.
go to the Sizzler, and there'd be a whole ceremony. People from the city, the mayor, I don't know who was there.
Wow.
You'd get a plaque, you'd get a certificate, you'd get all these like gift cards. It was wild. And I'm over here thinking like, I'm failing chemistry.
I love that for you.
Anyways, my first job was at this place called the Trevi Entertainment Center in Lake Elsinore, California. The place still exists, but it's called something else because the owners were like horrible people. It used to be a Kmart that they turned into a bowling alley. They had private bowling rooms, they had an arcade, they had a banquet room, they had a restaurant, they had a bar. It was
oh my God.
it was like the talk of the town, right? And I was a greeter. I started off as a greeter. I moved on to be like a party host. I only worked there for like 3 or 4 months in between college and high school. And then I went, in between high school and college. And then I helped a couple of weekends after I started college. Anyways, that was my first work experience. And then I went to college and I'm like, well, I need to get a job. And so then I started doing campus tours. I started working in orientation. I started working in the student life office. I started doing events at UCR, at the college that I went to. And then that's kind of what, then after I graduated, they let me work there for like 5 years. I worked in orientation. Then I worked 3 years of putting on campus events. And then I went to go work, and now I work somewhere else still doing events. So I've always done that type of event thing, if you will. Yeah.
I love that.
I've met a lot of crazy people and a lot of really kind, genuine, loving people. Yeah. But
that's amazing. What kind of employee are you though?
Okay. Well,
let it out. Let it. This is a no judgment free zone.
Sure. I am, by definition, I am a people pleaser. And so I want to please as many people as I can. As I have gotten older, I have let go of that more and more, because it becomes harder to do. But definitely younger, I was very much so concerned with, making sure that I did whatever I needed to do to help whoever it is that I needed to help.
I love that.
I would say that this is okay. I am a very calm, level-headed type of employee.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly excites me or gets me riled up.
Right.
Now, if I'm having a conversation, if I'm a friend with you, if we're friends and we're having a conversation, I'm really annoyed by something, then yes, I'll probably get a little bit worked up.
Right.
But that's what that's my approach to life. in my approach to work. And then in return, people I feel will like me, trust me, and then tell me things. So that's really what I want to know. I want people to tell me things. I want people to trust me. I want people to feel comfortable. That's what I try to do.
Yeah.
And also I work very, very hard. So
yeah,
no,
there's
people
that.
put me through the ringer. I have gotten I've gotten yelled at, finger in my face, yelled at in the middle of hundreds of people. I get questioned a lot, like, everybody thinks that they're right, and I'm trying to tell them that they're not right. So I get a lot of that. Yeah.
Wow.
But I think I am of the well-liked employee. I try not to like get too involved into the mess, because that can turn out bad. Because one time in the 8th grade, this girl named Fernanda, she told me that she was gonna kick Sierra's ass in the bathroom, and I like Sierra, so then I went to go and I told on Fernanda, and then it kind of became a whole thing. But Fernanda wasn't kicking my ass, that's for damn sure, even though she found out that I ratted her out. Because guess what? I became friends with her first. And I was calling her, she was from Mexico, and she was, prima this, prima that. And like, she trusted me enough. And then she told me she was going to kick Sierra's ass in the bathroom. So I told on her because I didn't want them to hurt Sierra. Sierra was nice.
I love that.
And I remember distinctly being called to the principal's office in like, science class or something. And then I don't know what they told me, but then guess what? They still tricked Sierra to get into the bathroom, and they still beat the shit out of her. They broke her nose.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Fernanda said, "Fuck you. I'm still gonna do it."
Now you're getting it twice as bad.
Yeah, but she never laid her hands on me, because she wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is wild.
I know. Sorry. What kind of worker are you, Julie?
Love that. I love that. Thank you for the cheese, meh. What kind of worker am I? I would say I'm like an accidental hard worker.
Oh.
Like I don't mean to be. I'm just here trying to have a good time. Not a long time. And I just get shit done very quickly. I don't know.
You're smart.
Unfortunately,
right,
which can be a good or a bad thing, right? Because then all the duties come to you,
right?
And you're like,
I guarantee that you are smarter than a lot of people that you work with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Also, I'm very good at making friends with management, like very good at it. And I honestly don't do it on purpose. Like I'm just a likable person.
Right.
Okay. And I think that works for my advantage, because you're right. You take advantage of the little things that you can get here and there. I mean, because you have to. Jesus Christ, you guys definitely don't pay us enough to be doing this for realsies. However many hours a day we work. And so yeah, and honestly, I'm a blast to be around. You get all the TV recommendations, all the movie recommendations. I'm a blast. And I know all the cheese, man. Forget about it.
If I didn't know you, personally, and we worked at the same place, I would 100% try to be your friend.
Oh my God. Same. Same. How exciting would that be, though? Working together? It would be chaos for anyone involved, actually. Anyone else involved. For us, a blast.
I would think that you're so funny that I would want to be around you all the time.
Thank you. I am pretty hilarious.
I know.
At this job though, because it's different than anywhere I've ever worked, and it's definitely a lot more serious. I mean, if you don't know too much about it, then you're like, oh damn, that must suck. You work at that place where real shit is going down. It's like this isn't a hotel. It's like real world problems are happening inside these offices. When I first worked there, I I reverted back to my first hotel job where it was really quiet and I didn't really talk to anyone because I was like, I'm gonna tell somebody that I fucking hate Trump accidentally. And you can't do that in these walls. You can't. You just can't. You can't because you can think that you can trust someone. And let me tell you something, bitch. They'll surprise the fuck out of you. They'll
Right.
surprise the fuck out of you.
No,
So
being at a job is like being on Survivor. Like
100%.
people become good at Survivor because they work in workplaces with other people.
Yeah. It's crazy. So I was very quiet for the first like year and a half that I worked there. Nobody knew that I had a personality. And everyone was like, "Do you speak ever?" I'm like, "Honestly, if I can help it, no." Like, no, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Like, I will say the wrong thing at one point, but it was when the manager started being friendly with me and talking to me, and I was like, "Oh God, here she comes." The personality is coming out, and now, be careful, everyone. The other day, I was talking about Gone Girl, and I accidentally was like, "And there's a full frontal scene," and I was like, "I am at work." What am I doing? So now I have to actively watch what I say. Today, I thank God it was in front of a manager that she knows me. She really knows me. We've gone there now where it's like, okay, outside of work, this is who I am, girl. And we were talking about hiking, and she was telling me about we were talking about the Culver City stairs. She's like, "Have you ever done them?" I'm like, "Yes, I almost died 3 times." And then she's like, "There's also these stairs in Redondo Beach, kind of by the Trump golf course." And I was like, "Oh, shoot me. I'd rather fucking die than go there." And I was like, "Wow, oh my God, what am I saying?" I'm like, "Stop talking." I was like, "What? Who said that?" Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, and there was other people around. So yeah, I need to be careful. Now I'm like, okay, you're at a space where you're getting a little too comfortable and you have to be careful with
Did
the
anybody
things
laugh?
she did. I don't
Okay.
think the other people heard me. They were just like around. But I don't think they heard me, hopefully, fingers crossed. Because you just don't in this space in the area and company, you just don't.
Right.
So yeah, I don't. And yeah, and then the other day too, some girl was talking to me, we were talking about dating, and she was like, "I love a man in a uniform." And I was like, "Not me, fuck cops." And I was like, "Oh my God."
Truly.
I'm like, I need to get out of here. Yeah. So long story short, if you guys could subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Because Julie's gonna get fired soon.
Yeah, we're trying to get this thing up and running because we really don't know how much time I have left in that place if I keep getting comfortable. So give us money, please.
So funny. Do you have any horror stories about coworkers? Anybody that you've like other than Christina Aguilera?
Christina Aguilera, fucking horror story. I mean, there was that guy that oh, you know what I did once? Oh God. Okay, so I won't say where it was. When I quit a job, I quit a job. They had, well, okay, fine. I've already said too much. I said nothing.
You just said you quit.
But when I start saying more, it's gonna be like, but you already mentioned that they did that to you. So anyway, the very first hotel that I worked at, they had promised me all this stuff, promotions and more money, and I had meetings with managers a ton of times about more money and the road ahead and blah blah. And it really wasn't coming to anything. They weren't giving me anything, and I had already seen our mutual go through something similar, and they ended up leaving because it never came to anything. So I was like, well, I'm tired of being put in this position, and people are like, I feel disrespected, I feel taken advantage of, I feel talked down to, like I'm not smart enough to understand what you're doing to me. So I decided to quit, and I went and I got a job at a real estate office. But before I left, just a quick reminder that everyone comes to me. I know all the chisme. Everyone tells me everything. That's just always the person that I've been. I wrote a full page letter about every single secret that I knew about everyone that worked there, and I put it in every single mailbox of all of the
Oh
executive
my
team.
God. Who
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah. I went out guns blazing.
That is hilarious.
A full page letter of every single I talked about how two of the managers had sex in one of the conference rooms. I talked about how one
Did
of
you
the
name
managers,
names?
yes, absolutely. Yeah. I talked about how one of the managers came to work drunk one time and how I had a recording of that. I didn't. Um then no, of course I didn't. Of course I didn't. But you know who did? Our
Oh,
mutual.
really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah.
there,
And
so there was a tape.
yeah, they said I could use it.
You like to
th-
record things at work, huh? I should be careful what I say around you.
You always got to be prepared. But yeah, and I wrote every single secret, how, one of the managers was like real lovey-dovey with two of the girls, but they'd go to the back where our office was and they'd talk shit on him in Spanish every day. And so I said every single thing that had been told to me in this letter. And then I folded one of them up into a tiny little piece and I put it into one of the director of operations into one of his folders, because I knew they would go in there to look for, he was the regional director, so he wasn't always in our property. I knew they would go in there once they found out that cards had been, or letters had been distributed, to take it away from him. But they didn't find it, because about 3 months later I got a handwritten letter to my house from that director asking for a meeting. And in that meeting, he offered me a higher paying job at a different hotel in exchange for that recording of that manager.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
said, fuck off. Absolutely not.
Well, yeah, because you
Yeah.
didn't have it.
Well, no, the person told me they would give it to me.
Oh, interesting. Oh, so they
And
still have
but
it.
then I went to my real estate office and was like, I don't know, they're offering me a ton of money, and they offered me even more money to stay. And I was never planning to leave the real estate
A
office.
genius. A genius.
So
A regular
that is,
old Steve Jobs.
some may say that I was the chaotic one in that workplace.
I'm
Some
sure
may
somebody has
say,
described you as chaotic at work before.
absolutely, absolutely. And I'm sure that everyone that worked at that place after I left was like, that's the crazy bitch that
No, they
made
still talk about you.
chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos for at least a week after I left. It probably was.
Yeah.
I just wish I would have installed cameras to see the fallout of it.
Mm.
But yeah. And I wrote it on company time on my last day of work.
Oh my gosh. Of
That's
course.
what I
As
spent
you
my
should.
last hours of work doing.
As you should.
What a time.
What a time to be alive.
Have you ever done anything that crazy?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. We can't all be Julie.
I have I can't, I wouldn't be able to tell. No. No. I mean, certain things have happened to me. When I worked at UCR, there was this man who worked in the same office as me. He was an advisor to students of some sort. And he yelled at me as a student one time about something, about
Ew.
some event that we were doing, because as I also did events as a student, and he came down to the student office where we do events and he yelled at me about this particular thing. And a year later, when I worked there professionally, my cubicle was like a couple cubicles outside of his office. This man was having a mental breakdown in the parking lot. And my boss at the time like went to go check on him and came back and was like, she was telling me about how sorry he was about screaming at me and blah 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 blah. And I was like, I forgot about it. I don't know. He
Oh my
must have been
God.
harboring some feelings about it.
Right.
He never liked me though, and I could tell he never liked me. And I don't know. I don't know what I ever did to him.
Right.
Frankly, I think he was jealous, but So I don't know. There were other things happening with his
Wow.
like personal life and his relationship, but for some reason he wanted to talk about in the parking lot about how about the time that he yelled at me and how sorry he was and blah blah blah. Very weird. Very weird, man. There was also the lady who screamed at me with her finger in my face. Her husband had to put her hand down. Ugh, that one was rough. Yeah. What else has happened to me? Not too much.
I had a drink thrown at my face one time at a job.
Okay. And you don't like to watch The Real Housewives? The Real Housewives is your life, Julie. I don't get it. Who threw a drink at you?
It was an employee. It was a guest, though. A guest.
Oh,
downtown Disney. It was at the outdoor bar in downtown Disney, and people have this idea of downtown Disney that it's like Vegas, where you can leave restaurants with drinks and walk the strip of the downtown Disney area, which is it's not. And often we would stop people from leaving the bar area and they would get upset. But like this girl was already drunk. And when I asked her for her drink and that she couldn't leave, she just threw it right in my face.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. I have no patience for guests who are unruly or who are annoying.
Yeah.
Or even when I worked at UCR, like students who were annoying and stupid. Mm-hmm. Like I have absolutely no patience for it. And I will get very, very, very snarky with them immediately. There was a man not too long ago who got really drunk at an event and he was walking out with the class and like we were having some words and I was like, don't ever come back here ever again. And then he started saying some other words and like I don't like it. I don't have patience.
I don't like it either.
Anyways, listen, if you have some work horror stories, we would love to hear them. At any point, just send us a voice memo on Instagram and we'll play it and we'll tell you what to do.
Love that.
And we'll tell you what kind of drink to throw in their face. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for America's favorite segment on all of the internet. It's time for the Pop Culture Pop-Up. First up on the Pop Culture Pop-Up, Selena Gomez, Us Weekly reported earlier this week that Selena Gomez was dating Chainsmoker Drew Taggart. Drew, I don't know if that's how you say your last name, but that's how we're going to say it today. Taggart. And then today she said, JK, I'm single. I'm not dating this man. And there was a weight lifted off of my shoulders.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. Selena and I have gone on a journey and I am rooting for Selena. I want Selena to win. And dating a Chainsmoker is not going to be a winning move. And I like that she had to make it very clear that we are not dating because she knows I'm not dating that man. Earlier, also, there were some photos of them at a bowling alley, which, I mean, if they're friends, whatever. Maybe she feels like she can make him into a better human being because
I hope not.
I refuse to believe that either of the Chainsmokers are good people. And if you listen to the Chainsmokers, I'm so sorry, but
they're not.
I can't have Selena dating that man. I can't.
Can you imagine?
Can
you imagine?
No, I can't.
I want Selena Gomez to want better for herself.
And I think that she does. I really, in my heart of hearts, think that she does.
But I will also be heartbroken if they're working on a song together. Like, what are we doing, Selena?
Right.
What are we doing?
I'm thinking that maybe they just have mutual friends. And
maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. If you're like, what's so bad about the Chainsmokers? Is that what they're fucking called?
The Chainsmokers.
That's the stupidest fucking name of it. Anyway, if you're out there and being like, I don't get the big deal. They constantly brag about sleeping with fans. They were just on a podcast, bragging about how it's two of them, the fucking Chainsmokers. And they were talking about how they've had threesomes with fans. And look, we all know I love a threesome, But if you're a man and you're bragging about having threesomes, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah. Somebody said somebody that I follow on Instagram was like, "Aren't they brothers?" And then a couple slides later they were like, "JK, they're not brothers." They're not
Amazing.
brothers. They're not related. They're
Okay.
just two frat bros that decided that they could make music one day.
Bad enough.
I mean, I think that there is nothing more vile in society than the Chainsmokers. Nothing about them is appealing to me. Not a single
Nothing.
thing.
Not even nothing.
Not their
Nothing.
music, not their looks, not the size of their dicks. It is just the most unappealing thing. If some man that I was talking to romantically said, "Babe, let's go see the Chainsmokers," I would say, "Get your ass out of my house right now," because
I would laugh in their face.
And I'm the one who owns the house, because no man that likes the Chainsmokers is owning a home.
Are you kidding me? Who among us is out there listening to the Chainsmokers?
People at home are like, "What did the Chainsmokers do to you?"
They existed. Thank you for asking. And if you are out there and like, I listen to them, DM me. I will send you a list of better artists that will make you feel things that the Chainsmokers can only dream of making you feel. Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like them.
Either.
And you know what? I've never liked them, and I've always been like, what is it about them? What is it? They're just douchebags.
Right.
Douchebags that had one good song,
right,
and are riding on that fucking song's coattails like you wouldn't fucking believe it.
Right, because guess who's not playing festivals anymore? The Chainsmokers.
And I would, if you're out there like, I listen to Chainsmokers, I would love for you to tell me 3 good songs of theirs. And I bet you couldn't even come up with 2. I was gonna say, you can't come up with 2. You wouldn't even be able to come up with 2.
Selena, come on the pod, because we need to know why you're hanging out with this man.
Yeah.
One more thing on Selena. I forget? Are you Only Murders in the Fan? Are you a fan of Only Murders in the Building?
I am. I still haven't watched season 2 though, but I know what you're gonna say, and I'm here for it.
You need to watch season 2. I kind of feel like I need to rewatch it. Meryl Streep is going to be on season 3 of Only Murders in the Building. My friend Christian was so funny. He said, I sent him the photo that they posted, and they said they are tired of not winning Emmys.
Oh my God. Absolutely. That's amazing. That's hilarious. I'm very excited. But can you imagine Selena Gomez at her ripe age working with the greats?
The greats.
Being a part of the show is the best decision Selena Gomez has ever made.
110%.
Yeah.
Being on this show is kind of what made the tide turn for me for Selena.
100%.
I just want to give her a big old hug.
Yeah. I want to tell her, you did good, girl.
Yeah.
This decision,
100%.
Yeah, the right one, regardless of what the popular opinion is about it.
Right.
You being able to interact with the greats, and be on the show and be respected by them. Yeah. Your clout, I mean, endless.
And the show is good.
Absolutely.
You need to watch season 2.
I will.
All right. Next up on the Pop Culture Pop-Up, Beyonce is going to be performing in Dubai at a private performance for a reported $24 million. I think the performance lasts an hour, if that.
Shit.
$24 million. She said, "I don't care about your visuals. I'm gonna go make $24 million for
Wow.
one single performance. I'm sure it's not the first time that this has happened. I'm actually kind of surprised that I'd be curious to know what exactly this performance is, because a lot of the time some of these things don't really get publicized because artists are doing private performances all the time for
All the time.
banks, for corporations,
Mm-hmm.
for, you know, illegal people. I'm sure some kind of illegal
100%. Yeah.
thing. And so I mean, I'm thinking if you're big enough for people to want you at a private performance like that, that's where you're making a lot of your money. So I mean, good. I mean, I don't who she's performing for at in Dubai.
Yeah.
Is it one of the Real Housewives of Dubai? I don't know.
Jesus.
But she's certainly doing this as opposed to putting out visuals.
$24 million.
Yeah. And guess what? She probably only needs to use $1 million of that to pay everybody on her team, and the rest she
Literally.
can copy. She can cop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I will never see that amount of money. Not even if every single one of you
I will.
subscribes to our YouTube.
I will, and I'll gladly share it with you, Julie.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Manifestation.
Okay. I was just gonna say, manifest away, baby.
Do you have anything else to say about this? Because I was gonna continue on
I mean, my jaw is on the fucking floor, and good for her. Good for her. And also, bitch, if you don't give us part 2 of this Renaissance as soon as possible, what the fuck are we waiting for?
So I was only going to say that eventually Beyonce needs to answer for herself, because I'm going to assume that she's going to be at the Grammys, where she has been nominated many times.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that she'll be called up to accept an award at some point. Mm-hmm. What will you have to say for yourself, Beyonce? The people want the visuals. Are you going to give them to them? I think that she is going to perform at the Grammys. And I'm on the fence about something happening. You know, like, is there an announcement of a visual? Is there an announcement of a tour? Is there an announcement of something? I don't know yet. I'm not convinced that it's going to happen, but I do think that she'll perform at the Grammys. I think that's my hunch.
Yeah. I love that.
I read somewhere that there was some kind of French publication that said that she would announce the tour, I think in May or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe it starts in May and it's going to start in Europe. We'll see.
Look, Beyonce. I love Beyonce. I love her. And yes, she should come on the pod, like you were going to say. I love Beyonce, but I'm getting a little tired of this whole do not talk to the press, do not give any interviews, do not do any of this. Bitch, I want to know what the fuck is going on.
You know,
what the fuck is going on, Beyonce?
Right. What's interesting is that she can't do the shtick of like, I'm a private person forever, because the world is changing, society is changing, and it's going to become uncool, irrelevant to not share. So Beyonce, if you want to do your first interview back, we'll be happy to have you here at Yumi and Chisme. Come on the pod. Come on the pod. Okay. Yeah. Next up on the Pop Culture Pop-Up, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Julie, remind us where we know Aaron Taylor Johnson from.
What?
What has he been in?
He's beautiful. I don't know what he's been in.
Oh, that's how you know him?
He was in that one movie with Charlie Hunnam. He was in Bullet Train with Brad Pitt's bitch ass. He was in the fuck else has he been in? He was in that other one about being a drug dealer, a drug addict.
He was in the Kick-Ass movies. He was in Avengers: Age of Ultron. He played
yes, Black Widow's with the
not Black Widow.
What is it?
The
other one, Scarlet,
which is brother, the really fast guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyways, you went viral on TikTok for talking about his relationship. Tell us what you said.
For those of you that don't know, Aaron Taylor Johnson's wife Aaron Taylor Johnson met his wife when he was filming one of his first films. He was 18 years old, and she was 47 years old.
When she met
47.
him, right?
When she met him.
Uh-huh.
Despite don't listen to the fans are like, he was 7. Shut the fuck up. No, he wasn't, y'all. Fucking weird. He was it weird enough that he was 18 and she was 47. Shortly thereafter, they got married, and then shortly after that, she got pregnant with their first kid. There are people say it's grooming, people say that it's disgusting. I agree on all of the counts. I mean, 47 and 18 years old. And apparently, I mean, rumor has it, allegedly, don't come for me, allegedly, she has some power over his career. He chooses projects she approves, kind of thing. I don't know how truthful that is, but that's kind of the belief everyone holds. And people have been begging these two to break up. I mean, since they got together.
Right. So Aaron Taylor Johnson was on Bullet Train. And who else was on Bullet Train? Joey King. Joey King, you know her from the Kissing Booth movies on Netflix. I don't know what else she's been in.
She was in that true crime series. Oh, about Gypsy Rose. What was the act?
I don't know.
Gypsy
The Act,
Rose,
yes.
The Act,
yeah. Yes. She was in Kissing Booth 1, Kissing Booth 2, and Kissing Booth 3.
Good for her.
No, yeah, she's getting her money. Well, so listen, now there's rumors that Aaron Taylor Johnson hooked up with Joey King while they were on their Bullet Train press tour.
Yeah.
Tell us, Julie, what is happening?
There was a blind item somewhere, and it wasn't on Dumois, it was on another website, stating that maybe this actor and this actress hooked up during the promotional tour of Bullet Train. And if true, huge for everyone. Huge for me, huge for Joey. Very huge for Joey. Good for her. Look, both of these people, Aaron and Joey, are both in relationships. She is also in a relationship. I don't condone cheating, but good for her. If she could get it done, I mean, we can only applaud her. And there is something about Joey King that I've never liked. I can't put my finger on it. There's something about her, but I will be rooting for her from now on if this turns out to be true. I do think I am sorry. I think the relationship between Aaron and his wife is weird. It's weird. And I actually also don't think she's a good director. She's a director.
Oh, she's not a movie good director. What is she? What has she
directed? The 50 Shades of Grey movies.
Oh, she did?
Or she was going to? Give me a minute. Because I know she was attached to them when Charlie Hunnam was attached to them. And I don't know if she stuck around after Charlie Hunnam left.
Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, I think she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did direct. Interesting. Well,
well, see, that's how they met. She was directing him in one of his first films.
Right.
The power dynamic, the control over his career, alleged control over his career. I mean, it's very weird that you get married and with an 18-year-old and have a baby. I mean, granted, by the time they got married, I'm sure he was like maybe 19, 20. Then she gets pregnant. I mean, he's a dad by what, 22? 21, right. 22?
She only directed one of the films, 50 Shades of Grey. Well, yeah. Aaron, come on the pod. Would love to discuss. Joey, come on the pod. Also have a lot of questions for you. Finally, on the pop culture pop-up, Kim Kardashian recently at an auction bought a necklace that belonged to Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Julie?
it's like she knows she'll never be iconic. So she's trying to collect all of the iconic items from iconic women from past. And that's sad to me. That's sad to me. Because she could be iconic, because whether you like it or not, the Kardashians, they're important to pop culture. They are, whether I want to say the words out loud or not. And this is nasty to me. I don't like it. I don't like what she did to the Marilyn Monroe dress. I don't like that she bought Michael Jackson's glove, whatever you think of him, regardless. I don't like that she's collecting items from real icons of the world, like they're, I don't know, dolls or something. And I think it just cements this plastic persona that I see her as. This idea that she's not a real human, so she doesn't see others as real humans either. Like, these are real people, right? That real people that live lives, and you're collecting their items like they were dolls. Because what? You fear that you'll never reach their level? I mean, yeah, the Marilyn Monroe dress thing and the fact that she ripped it, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And I get it, at the end of the day, they're just things, and it doesn't take away from the icon status of Marilyn or of Michael or of Princess Diana. But I think using their items as commodities or trends or whatever you want to call it, I think it's sad. And the fact that she does that is sad.
Interesting. I couldn't disagree more. They're being sold at an auction, though, so someone's
Right.
going to buy them.
Yeah, it's sad. Whoever it would have been.
But what's sad about it, though? Because somebody who owned them said,
Right.
I'm going to sell them. That the sad part is that person feels like they need to sell them, or they want to sell them. And who is selling it? Who did these items belong to?
Well, that's what I'm saying. These people get, Marilyn, Michael, Princess Diana, they get treated like dolls or like personas that aren't real human beings. Like, how do these things get acquired? Like, well, one, with the Marilyn Monroe dress, it was at a museum, and the museum thought this is a great opportunity to lend it to Kim Kardashian, which is, so what does Marilyn Monroe actually mean to you?
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's not necessarily what happened. The Ripleys or whoever had the dress said no multiple times, and eventually agreed to it. And she didn't fit in the dress the first time, and so she did the whole thing or whatever. She had two dresses. And now, Christian, correct me if I'm wrong, because Christian also watched the show, but her getting to the Met, she wasn't wearing the actual dress. She had there was a little tent outside of the Met right before you hit the carpet where she had to put on the dress, and then as soon as she was done walking the red carpet, she had to take off the dress and put another one on, a decoy on. And also, she didn't buy it. They let her borrow it.
Right.
And people were with her the entire time.
But she returned it damaged.
I don't know if she did.
I think she did.
There's
pictures of it.
But that might be the fake one, the decoy one. I don't know if she actually damaged the real one. We'll have to get our fact checkers on that one.
Right.
But here's I think people are buying things on auction all the time, and if they're up for auction, I mean, buy them. Someone's going to buy them. Whoever their trust, their whoever manages the people's, the dead people's things. Did they never get the chance to actually own that? Like, I'm a little, why are they up for auction would be my question. But things get put up on auction all the time, so I personally don't have an issue with it. Also, I think it's a great way to make money because then you can resell it again. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. This idea of and then not just Kim Kardashian buying it. I mean even the selling of it. Um I don't give it to a museum. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like
Right.
this idea that we treat people, regardless of their status of celebrity, um, as I don't know. It makes it so much less personal when these people were human beings, and often these people lost. I mean, Marilyn, Michael, Princess Diana, all lost their lives. Some may say in some connection to fame and celebrity, and we already took so much of them, and now we continued. I feel the same when it comes to like biopics, when it's
Right.
like, how much are we asking of these dead people to give to us? Like, have we not taken enough? And I often feel like that even of Britney, of like how much more, which is why, like, if you guys watch our TikTok, like you'll notice I cover Britney very, 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 like, as little as I can, because how much more are we going to ask of this woman? How much more are we going to ask of Marilyn and of Michael and of Princess Diana? Did we not take, I mean, we took their lives. Some may argue that we took their lives with celebrity. So yeah, I just don't, regardless, it doesn't really, it's not Kim Kardashian specifically. Anyone that would have bought it and flaunted it and been like, and sure, I agree that probably this made the news, and we know that someone bought Princess Diana's necklace because it's Kim Kardashian, right? So that adds to it. But this idea that we're selling these items of people, I don't, it rubs me the wrong
Right.
way.
I would say follow the money. Who
Yeah,
needs the money?
it's sad.
Who's selling it?
Yeah.
Somebody must need the money.
I
So,
don't know if they necessarily need it though. You know what I mean? I
well, then
mean,
why are they selling it then?
they just want more money. I mean, but I
Well,
wouldn't say they need it. You
well,
know what I
sure,
mean?
sure. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody needs billions of dollars,
Right.
but here
Right.
we have billionaires,
Yeah.
consuming us all.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's going to do it for the pop culture pop up. We'll be back next week with more pop culture Chisme. Julie, do you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
I do. The trailer for Scream 6 was released. The poster was released. We're getting a Scream 6. Nev Campbell, you heard me. Nev. Nev Campbell apparently, allegedly, supposedly will not be in Scream 6. I don't know. I have a theory.
Are they
Could
trying to
she be
throw
the
us off?
killer?
Oh, spoiler alert.
Honestly, though, that would be bomb as fuck if that was the truth. I
Right.
would love to see that happen. I don't know. I don't think writers are brave enough to do something like that. But anyway, it is my Latinx spotlight because it does star two Latinas that we know and we love. Melissa Barrera, who was in The Heights, she was in Vida, and Jenna Ortega, who is the new it girl of the year, of the world. Wednesday, she was in the previous Scream as well. She was in X. She's becoming the horror it girl. And she's phenomenal. And so I'm very excited. Courtney Cox is back. Hayden Panettiere. You don't know. I don't know how to say it. You don't know either. So why are we even trying? But we know her and we love her. She was in another Scream movie. And this is going to be held in the city, not in suburbia. So a new
Crazy.
little twist of Scream. I'm excited. I love the Scream movies. I do. I think that they're fun. I wouldn't say they're scary, but I think that they're fun movies.
Someone watch the Scream movies with me. Bring popcorn
What
and
the fuck are you
nachos
saying?
and
Are you saying you've
pretzels
never
with
seen them?
cheese. I mean, I think I've seen like the first ones. Yeah, I've seen the first ones. Long
What
time
does
ago.
that mean? The first ones, what does that mean?
Well, this is number 6. I probably
Uh-huh.
haven't. I probably haven't seen 4 or 5.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll
maybe
allow it.
3. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Okay, next, it's time for some asukad. I will go first. Listen, the Traitors on Peacock. I'm only about 3 episodes in, but I am enthralled. It's a reality TV show, of course. It's a murder mystery. Did you ever play Mafia, Julie?
No, but I know the game.
Okay, so basically it's like there's killers and then the killers are killing people and it's up to everybody else to figure out who the killers are. That's basically what this is. It's so good, but it's like features a whole bunch of different reality TV stars from different shows and different networks. There's housewives on there. There's Survivor contestants. You know who Sari? You know Sari, the Survivor? Oh my God, don't embarrass yourself right now.
I forget their names as soon as the season ends.
Maybe you haven't seen one of her seasons. Sari is on there. Brandy Glanville is on there. Some people from Big Brother are on there. And then there's what?
It's not. Is it the show with Jamie Lynn?
No. Jamie Lynn Spears?
Yeah, she's on a reality show that sounds a little bit like that.
No. She's not.
Okay.
And it's hosted by Ellen Cumming. It's so good. It's wonderful. It's on Peacock. You should watch it if you're into reality TV and you haven't seen it yet. So good. I think I already know who wins because they released all the episodes at once, which is horrible of Peacock to do. But it's still a great watch. I'm very excited. I'm going to continue to watch. Traitors. The Traitors on Peacock. I think there's a British version or a Australian version already. I think that one of those is the original.
That's that.
Thank you.
I love that. My Asuka this week, it's an old show. I wouldn't say it's not super old, but I've recently been watching it. It's called The Good Fight.
Oh, I watched the first episode of The Good Wife the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I started watching The Good Wife and then I forgot where I ended and somehow it didn't
Do I need to watch The Good Wife? Do I need to watch The Good Wife to watch The Good Fight?
No.
Okay. I wanted the backstory a little bit, so I wanted to watch it. But it's a lot of seasons.
It is a lot of seasons. So that's why I started The Good Wife, because I really did want to watch The Good Fight. But then I got lost and it didn't keep track. And I was like, I don't want to figure out where the fuck I ended. Okay. So I'm just going to start The Good Fight. And phenomenal television. I love a lawyer show. I love a Suits. I love a Suits. Kristen Baranski, Sarah Steele, Rose Leslie from Game of Thrones, famously married to Kit Harington. Audra McDonald. It is a who's who of Broadway, by the way. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill myself when I remember her name. Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette Peters?
Yes.
Shut up.
Yeah, I won't.
I love Bernadette Peters.
I won't. Justin Bartha is in it.
Kristen Chenoweth.
Cole. Yes. No, I think maybe she was in The Good Wife.
Oh, well, I just saw an interview with her.
Yes.
About how she got in injured
an accident.
On A Lesson to All of Us. She got injured on the set of The Good Wife or The Good Fight, whatever it was. And she didn't file anything. And now she is in like chronic pain and has a lot of health issues because of it. And it wasn't just like, I got a little cut. She was knocked out unconscious. Yeah. Because some lighting equipment fell on her. And that woman is tiny.
It's tiny. Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, The Good Fight. Sorry, moving on. The Good Fight. Sorry, Kristen, come on the show. We would love to discuss what the fuck happened on that set. But The Good Fight is the who's who of Broadway. Alan Cumming, Michael Urie, Kevin Pollak. I mean, it's stacked. Andrea Martin. It is stacked with phenomenal actors. I think I'm on season 2 already, but season 1 was a little short. Wanda Sykes is in it. Jane Lynch is in it as well. Yes, yes. It's a who's who of phenomenal actors and actresses. Mandy Patinkin. I can go on and on until we die.
Wow.
Yes, it is a great cast. It's phenomenal television. And I love it. I love it. And Rose Leslie is really good in it. And I didn't know she was in it. I watched it for Christine Baranski because
Mhm.
she's iconic,
Mhm.
and it was just a surprise how many freaking phenomenal actors. Audra McDonald, are you fucking kidding me?
I know. I mean, it's Audra McDonald.
Yeah. So if you can, it's on Paramount Plus. If you can tune in, it's an old show. I think it's come and gone. I think it's
No,
over. Is
I
it?
think it just ended. Yeah.
Oh, what a blast!
I think it just ended recently.
I
Yeah.
cannot wait for this ride.
Yeah. I mean, we're both talking about shows with Alan Cumming. Alan, come on the pod.
Come
Would
on the pod.
love to discuss so many things.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, look at us. Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay. Well, listen, that's going to do it for us. We've reached the end of this road. But don't worry, there's another road next week.
Yes.
Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at You, Me, and Chisme. Make sure that you do all the fun things that you could do with this podcast on the internet. Give us a nice review or a critical one. That's fine. Rate us, hit subscribe, share the podcast, do whatever it is that you want to do. Make sure that you hit subscribe on YouTube. Even if you're not watching us on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button. And yeah, tell anybody about this podcast. And then we'll be back. We'll be back next week with more Chisme. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of Chisme in your life. Bye.
Bye.